My subscribers of the week are here. Thank you guys so much. And these are the first couple of comments on my last video. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you guys. Comment of the week is here. I love you so much. You are so sweet. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. I read all of the comments and I really appreciate everybody. Please know that I see you all and I appreciate you all so much, because I know that at this very moment in time you could be anywhere else, and the fact that you are here watching this video with me, girl, it make me feel good, girl, because I've been working hard, girl, today, girl, yes. But we about to get into this stuff, about to get real. So if you emotional like Carl Thomas, then go ahead and go. But if you really want to get real and you want to go to class, then go ahead, get you a book, get you some note paper, you know, get some tea, some water, or whatever your little vice is, and let's get into it. Hello my loves, Cinda here, coming to you with another video. And in today's video we are going to be going very deep into hair science, thus my whole like librarian feel. The curl typing chart is not real. It is not, okay? I don't care what anybody says, I don't care how many people are expert. It is not real. And anyone who tells you that they're an expert in curl typing without telling you the origin of the curl typing chart in general, you should probably not believe them when they say that they're an expert, because you can't be an expert on a subject if you don't even know the origin of that subject. So for the general public, most people think that the curl typing chart is something that you learn in cosmetology school. Ouch. They think that the curl typing chart is something that you, what in the world? Sorry. Most people think that the curl typing chart, that's something that you learn in cosmetology school. And you know, some people know the early 90s and the early 1990s by Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist, Andre Walker. Now, he made the curl typing chart to tell people more about his product line, basically to break it down so people would know which section of his product line they should use. He made up the curl typing chart to sell his products for his product line, okay? The curl typing chart is not Bible verse, and it doesn't even make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? Let's get into it. Let's make it make sense. Let's make this whole hair thing make sense, okay? Let's start with curly hair. Let's start with natural hair in general. Why do you have curly hair? Now, if you are not new to my channel and you have been here before, you have heard me say this 50 million times. So girl, I don't know, get something to drink and just watch me. I don't know, I love you, and I kind of look cute with my glasses on. I look like a librarian. So get some tea and then watch me look like a librarian, because you heard this already. Your hair grows out of your follicle, okay? The texture of your curl depends on the size of your follicle, and the size of your follicle has a lot to do with your genetics. A lot of people are like, oh no, it has nothing to do with genetics. No, it's not. No, that's not true. Really long hair and stuff like that, people like to say like, oh, people have really long hair because of their genetics. That is not true. You have your genetics make up your texture and your curl type. Your actual density and things like that could have a lot to do with the genetics too, because certain races do have thinner hair. That is very true, okay? But when it comes to your overall length and the theory or the myth that black women only have short hair, and the black women they do have long hair because they're mixed genetically with some other race outside of the African American race or outside of the African race, is very untrue. Your actual curl type is determined by the size of your follicle, okay? Because hair grows out the follicle, and each follicle is swollen to different diameters, right? So, and each follicle is a different size depending on race. So like I told y'all before, remember I told y'all I get snacks if you heard it already. A person who's Asian, Asians have the straightest hair. Their follicle is a completely round circle. They have a follicle that is completely round. I'm gonna take these glasses off because I feel like there's a glare and I'm not reading anything, so I don't need to see. Yeah, we're gonna take those off because I know that glare is irritating. My bad, y'all, for up to this point, yes, but now we in here without the glare. Hello. You are Asian, your follicle is perfectly round, like that dryer. You see that dryer? Yes, your follicle is perfectly round, right? And if you are Caucasian, or somewhere, sprinkled in around there, or when it has a little bit of wave to it, your follicle is shaped kind of like oval size. The more melanin you possess, the smaller the follicle gets, okay? That's it. So if you are what y'all consider 4C or whatever the case may be, then you have a follicle that is like this, that's like basically shut, right? Told y'all got that 50 million times. So that is what makes your hair curly. So with all of these comments that I get, so funny, I had some guy make a comment like, oh, black women are so ill, it's so gross. He said something to the extent of, well, I'm put it right here. He said something like, oh, that's so gross, black women, like an Asian man would never be caught with a black woman, because black women, you just spent all that time straightening her hair, and if a little bit of water touches it, it reverts back. Well, boom, let's get into that, because for whatever reason, people outside of the African American race, people outside of black people, seem to think that our hair is at a disadvantage, or is something wrong with our hair. And in all honesty, we're just being real. We already know here on my channel, I'm like super real, so if you can't handle the heat, don't come up in the kitchen. But when people are racist, or when they make comments like that about African American hair and our texture, the only thing that you do is prove your own ignorance. And if you are not one of those people, I'm not talking to you, but those people watch my video, so this is for you. It proves your own ignorance. This is the reason why our hair curls up. Your hair is made up of 3 bonds, okay? Ignore this nail. So your hair is made up of 3 bonds. You have a salt bond, a hydrogen bond, and a disulfide bond. Now, the disulfide bond is what we use Olaplex for and things like that, to protect the disulfide bond, because the disulfide bond is the bond that is damaged with heat tools, with chemical services, and things of that nature. It is the bond that can be permanently changed. Or if you get a relaxer, okay, if you get a relaxer, or if you get a perm, wave nouveau, we're gonna get to that in a minute, you're changing the disulfide bond. But we all manipulate the hydrogen bond on a daily basis. Like, even though this is not my hair, duh, but if I was to take a water bottle and spray this hair, I would be manipulating the hydrogen bond. It would get bone straight, and then once the hair is bone straight, it's like, okay, what you want me to do? People who have something to say about black women and why black women's hair gets curly and why is it so unmanageable, and oh my god, that's so weird. Same 3 bonds that people of African descent have in their hair is present in every race, right? But if you are not a person who has naturally curly hair, if you are not a person who has a follicle that is tight, right, then when the hydrogen bond is introduced to your hair, nothing happens. Your hair is already straight. All that happens is your hair gets weighed down, and it reverts back to its natural state, which is bone straight, right, with no body and no texture. And I'm not saying it like that, that's just what it is. Like, when you get your hair wet, that's why when people argue like, oh, are you supposed to cut hair wet or dry? Well, it's an argument because most black people do not know the science of hair, stylists included, okay? The reason that white people cut hair wet is because when they wet their hair and manipulate their hydrogen bond makes their hair revert back to its hair's purest state, which is straight. Of any type of ethnic background, and water is introduced to your hair once it's already straightened, then your hydrogen bond breaks down, right? And then your hair reverts back to its original state, which is what? Curly, because of the size of your follicle. It is that simple. Black people are not from some weird planet. I mean, I would like to think we are very saucy. We're not going to get into that. We can get into that on my other channel. Yes, link in the description box below. There's nothing weird about black people. There's nothing weird about the texture of our hair, but we need to learn the science of our hair. There is no such thing as 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D. Now, if y'all want to use that so you can identify, but when you label like the 4A, 4B, 4C, all of that, all you're doing is labeling how the curls look visually. I'm 4A, you're literally saying my curl looks like this. My curl looks like that. My curls look like that picture. It doesn't tell you anything about your density. It doesn't tell you anything about how your hair grows. Keep in mind, the average person has hundreds and thousands of follicles on their head, right? Each follicle can be swollen to a different diameter. They're not all swollen to the same exact diameter. Obviously, if you're of African descent, they're all around this length, but some could be this to this diameter, some could be like this, some could be like that. That's why if you are one of these people, leave me a comment below and say, girl, yes, me girl. That's why some people, they'll have curly hair in the front. On this side, it'll be a different texture. On this side, it'll be a different texture, and you're growing your hair out natural. You didn't do anything wrong, but all of your follicles are swollen to different diameters. So if all of your follicles on your head are swollen to different diameters and you have thousands of follicles on your head, I'm just trying to figure out how one person can classify themselves as 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D. And the reason that it irritates me is because I just feel like as Black women, we want to be out of categories so much. You know, like putting us in categories, but then we put ourselves back in categories. Like the hair texture chart is not real. It's not taught in any cosmetology school anywhere around the world, and it never will be because it's not actual science. It's not any rule of thumb that everybody should go off of. And in my previous videos, I let you guys, I've talked about this before, and I feel like at this point, I really want to get deep into it because I decided to grow my hair out. So because I'm growing my hair out, I don't need a relaxer right now, but I was wearing a short pixie cut, and baby, with my hair texture, if I want a short pixie cut to look a certain way, I relax my hair, and it is not a big deal. But for whatever reason, in the African American community, like we all want to like pinpoint each other, like, oh, she relaxed her hair, she not natural. And then when I cut my hair off, when I cut my last piece of color hair off and it was relaxed, I didn't cut it off because it was dead or it was unhealthy. It was just annoying. Like to have to try to blend my relaxed hair and my natural, it was too much. Let's just cut it off, right? As a community, Black people, we love to be like, not really Black. You're not really Black, and you don't really love yourself as a Black woman if you get a relaxer. Do you know how like idiotic that sounds? Let me explain why. There are a lot of different types of services where you can change the natural texture of your hair, but we're going to talk about 3 in particular, okay? The first one is our favorite one to talk about, relaxers, okay? And then the second one is perm, and the third one is Jerry curl, aka wave nouveau. A relaxer, we all know what a relaxer is. Women who have naturally curly hair, like if it's too much for them to manage and they have a busy life, they just got too much to do, or that you just don't feel like being bothered with your natural hair, then you get a relaxer. And the relaxer, the chemical in the relaxer, it takes the disulfide bond and it reformulates the disulfide bond, and it makes it straight, and it permanently changes the formation of that disulfide bond, okay? That's all you're doing when you're getting a relaxer. Now, a perm is the same thing. Black women or women with curly hair get relaxers to go straight. People of other ethnicities that have naturally straight hair get perms to go curly. Most people don't know that. I've only worked at studios that were predominantly like Caucasian, not by choice, but most studio salons and most solar salons aren't really full of that many Black women, right? All they did was perms. White women and women with straight hair get perms, sometimes get perms more than Black women get relaxers. Like Guy Tang has a perm. Freaking some of your favorite people have perms. Guy Tang has a perm, so that way his hair is curly instead of bone straight because he's of Asian descent, you guys. So his hair is bone straight, his follicle is perfectly round, and his hair is straight, and he wants texture and curls, so he gets a perm. But there is no form anywhere on social media, and if you can find it, leave it in the comments below because I want to see it, because I've never seen it in all of my years where women of other races tell each other, like, I've never seen a white woman tell another white woman, like, you don't love yourself because you got a perm. You don't love being a white woman. You want to be Black because you get a perm. They don't tell each other that. They be like, oh my God, your curls are so cute. Oh my God, they're so cute. Like, shut up. No, you shut up. No, you shut up. I love that. Oh my God. So cute. Oh my God. There are no forms. There's no channel on YouTube that you will find where it'll be a bunch of white women attacking each other in the comments for getting perms to make their hair curly when it's naturally straight. Nowhere. However, in the African American community, and I'm specifically saying African American this time if you notice, in the African American community, okay, or just with, let's just say black people in general, when you go on a black woman's page relaxing her hair, the majority of the comments are gonna be, at least 40% of the comments are gonna be other black women telling that woman that she's not proud to be a black woman, or she's not proud of herself, or she's not proud of her heritage, and to embrace herself and to love herself and all of this. Like, why? Why are we like that? It makes no sense. Every race changes the texture of their hair when they feel like it. Why do black women make each other feel like they have to feel bad for changing the natural curl pattern of their hair if they are irritated with the texture? I don't understand. I really don't. Make it make sense for me in the comments. I know some grandkids watching. What you got? And it's dumb. Whatever it is. Like, it's a fact. We relaxers, perms, and then jerry curl. Let's talk about jerry curl. Now, the reason I brought up a jerry curl is because a jerry curl is a perm and a relaxer put together. Yeah. So your hair is super curly, right? They put a relaxer on first. Okay? So you get a relaxer first, they relax it, and then once they relax it, they put the perm rods in for the size that you choose, which is the same exact thing that they do for perms when women are going curly. So your hair is already bone straight. They have broken that disulfide bond and the hair is wet. And so the hydrogen bond is still broken and the hair now needs direction on what to do. Obviously, the relaxer that they use for Wave Nouveau is not the same type of relaxer that, you know, we would necessarily use, but still, it has to be like formulated like a system for that. However, they straighten the hair first, down the disulfide bond, and then they use the solution and put the perm rods in. I'm telling you, it looks the same. It is the same exact way because I learned both. Okay, and then you, after all of the perm rods are in, based on the curl pattern that you now want, right? Once that solution is in, then it sits, you put the cap on just like you do with a regular perm, you take it out, and now you have a different curl pattern. That's it. It's not that complicated. It's very simple. It's very easy. Black women are not the only women who change the natural texture of their hair. Every race of woman walking the face of this earth changes their natural curl pattern. Black women mainly get relaxers to go straight, and women with straight hair get perms to have texture and curls. Bottom line, you guys, can we please stop? Can we please stop arguing about the hair texture chart? Because where did we learn today? It's not real. Andrew Walker made it in the early 1990s to sell his product line. Good for you, dude. You took off. You've changed the world, sir. Yeah. To say, like, if you just want to describe your curl pattern and what your curls look like visually, okay, like you can do that. Say, oh, my curls look like the 4B picture. My curls look like the 3B picture. My curls look like the 2A picture. If that's what you want to do, cool. But understand that when you say that, it means absolutely nothing. The curl typing chart is literally a chart full of pictures with letters and numbers up under them, period. Made to promote a product line. And we are arguing with each other all over social media with it, and it's very annoying, and I'm sick of hearing about it. Y'all are worried about the wrong stuff. Knowing your texture, knowing whether or not you're 4B or 4C is not gonna help your hair grow. All it's gonna do is help you see which picture you are. Oh, I'm that picture. I'm 4B, I'm 4C. All that does is put you in a category. It does nothing else. Nothing. It just lets you know which category we are. I'm in the 4C group. It just categorizes us. It puts us all in different categories. That's all it's doing. It doesn't teach you anything about how to grow your hair. You want to know how you can grow your hair? Knowing your porosity, knowing your density, knowing how to check for your porosity, knowing how to check for your density, knowing what different herbs work best with your hair depending on your level of porosity. Because we all figure, okay, this product is made for 4C hair, so I'm using that. No, that's wrong. Because like I said, all 4C means is my curl forms like this. 4C does not tell you if whether or not you have high or low porosity hair. Because like I taught y'all in my previous videos, if you have high porosity hair and you buy a product for low porosity hair, your hair is going to be screwed. Low porosity hair, you have a cuticle that is completely shut and it's very hard for it to open. And if you are a person that has high porosity hair, you have a cuticle that is wide open and won't close. Everybody's picking products based on what the hair chart says, right? But all the hair chart tells you is what your curls look like. It doesn't tell you your level of porosity. Everybody with 4C hair doesn't have high porosity hair. So with you guys looking at the hair chart and buying products based on whether or not you're 4A or 4B, you could be a person who has high porosity hair, right? And so if you're a person who has high porosity hair and you are buying your products based on what the curl typing chart says, and the curl typing chart, and I'm just paraphrasing, I don't know if this is what it said because I don't follow it. But if the curl typing chart says, okay, 4B hair, you need to get the tea tree oil in them are great for 4C hair, that is wrong. Because if you have 4C hair and you have high porosity hair and this chart is telling you that you need to get products for low porosity hair, you are going to kill your hair. Low porosity hair they do need tea tree oil because they need products that are going to stimulate their cuticle to make them open a little bit more, right? But you have high porosity hair, so your cuticle is already open and needs to close. So by you adding on a product that is going to make the cuticle open, what you're doing is breaking your hair. You're breaking your hair. That's why most of the time on my channel, you would see like my previous videos or whatever, when y'all first came around, you would see that it would be the women who were completely natural. I haven't straightened my hair in 3 years, who have the worst hair. Their hair will be down, like their hair will be 20 inches long, but 10 inches of it is see-through. You can see straight through the shirt. Chicken right here, they need to kill. They need to go. And that is because we are using products that are not made for us, because we're following this hair typing chart that doesn't tell you what to use. Because if you have high porosity hair, you use a low porosity product, you're forcing your cuticle open even more, and it's already wide open, it has nowhere else to go. So now your ends are gonna snap. That's where all of those single strand knots are coming from and all of that stuff. You guys, you have to do your research, and knowing the curl typing chart is not it. I don't care who got attitude, I don't care who like, oh, why is she so mad? I'm not mad. I'm passionate, this how I talk. I'm from Michigan, and yeah, like if you don't like it, I don't know, like just don't come on my channel, like I don't know. It's so easy, you can just bloop. You've been here this whole time. I just want to say this. You've been here this whole time and you've been sitting here watching me talking and stuff, and you don't like what I'm saying, you don't like what I talk, you the special one. So go ahead, delete that comment, because when you make the comment, I'm gonna just tell you how special you are for sitting here watching and listening to me talk and raising my watch time and my engagement, and you don't even like me, but thank you anyway, I appreciate it. But just go ahead, delete that comment, because I'm gonna just say that, or I'm gonna just block you from my channel altogether. But anyway, so I really hope that makes sense, guys. I'm not trying to like bash anybody. I'm not like, oh, Andrew Walker, screw you. No, I actually think that's kind of dope. Start a product line and something that you made up to promote your product line takes over like the entire hair industry. It's not real. You cannot grow your hair by knowing the curl typing chart. The only thing that you know about a curl typing chart is what label you give your curls, what name you give your curls. It is literally just a descriptive way. Oh, my curls look like that. I mean, girl, if that's what you want to do, then that's cool too. Like, go ahead, girl, go ahead, girl, put that go ahead, put that little parasite poo-poo. Go ahead, put that little bacteria poo-poo in your hair, girl. Go ahead, girl, I love you, girl. Okay, so I hope everybody's okay with this video. Anybody who's mad, it's okay. If you're in your feelings, you're emotional, it's fine, you know, whatever. You can beef up engagement saying something or whatever, or get blocked, it doesn't matter. I love you guys so much. Really hope that this video was somewhat informative, and I really hope you guys understand exactly where I'm coming from. And I hope by this point in our YouTube relationship, everybody is like out of their feelings and back to, you know, like just get some girth. Okay, get some girth. If you're gonna be here on my channel, get you some girth and go ahead and calm down with yourself, because we're getting real up in here and we're going to science class. Anytime I start with my glasses on, you should know stuff is getting real. But love you guys so much. If you're not doing so already, make sure you are subscribed here to my channel, and once you subscribe, make sure you click that bell notification so you are notified every time I post a new video. What am I gonna say next? Make sure you are subscribed to my website so that way you are notified on my website as well whenever I post a new video. I love you guys so much, and make sure you leave a comment below so you can be a part of the notification gang. Yes, that is it, you guys. I love you so much, and until my next video, girl, bye, girl. Stop, throw that curl texture chart out, girl. I don't care if you got an attitude, girl. It's a fat girl. Look it up on Google. Ask Jeeves. I don't know. Bye. But only certain stylists do.